Good morning, everyone. I know I haven't brushed my teeth in the last 15 days or some shit like that, but we got a special surprise for you guys today. Crypto decided to tank to 79,000 and stay there. Guess what? There's lots of videos on the internet about people losing their shit, and they sat there like retards, looking at 100,000 go down, and that's just the basics of greed for poor people. Like greed in poor people is not good. Why? Because poor people are greedy, right? The way poor people are greedy is psychological. They're not thinking about what they're doing. And people who are poor but are smart would have closed out at 50,000, maybe at 100,000, right? If I would have had enough control to way to the top of Bitcoin, the $100,000, and I saw $300,000 in cash, tax free. Because I'm not going to tell Big Joe about it. I'm going to pull out the card and start swiping it, move it all to the USDC balance. You understand what the USDC balance is, right? Like if in Coinbase, there's a coin called USDC, which is here. There's a coin called USDC that you basically utilize to move crypto from the wallet to a card. I'd be swiping with that card up to $25,000 a day. But in their mind, they're just poor. So when they're poor, they see that money go up. Oh yeah, the balloon. Woohoo, I'm gonna be a millionaire. I'm rich, baby. And they go right down with the balloon. Why? Because in their mind, they got fucking farts. So la popita, yo soy la popita. For being the popita, for being a little poopy brain, they pay the price. Then they paid that thing 320,000, 120,000, over six digits. They seen over six digits. In their mind, they think they want more because they're poor. They want more, and we're talking about a gangster poor. We're not talking about the smart poor. We're talking about people who are criminal, who are thinking, who are taking on. Oh, I need more because I want to have a Lamborghini. I want to do this and that, and that's not enough. Instead of thinking about right now, how much money do you have in your bank account now? Hmm? And then that's like the logic or the real, the reality slap. How long do you think you're going to keep that money in crypto? Do you think crypto is going to stay there forever? That's the doubt slap. Bah! And you hit him really hard, too. Motherfucker put fucking spit in that motherfucker and hit in their face. Right? Your doubts, right? Where's it going to go? You think it's going to go to a million? How much money you got and where do you think it's going to go? And the third one, why the fuck, if you have 300 fucking $1,000 right now to get away from my face, to get, so that I don't see you as you go take your trip abroad, as you go to Paris, and you might buy some luxury items. You know, you might get your little Gucci on, your Dior, your Jordans Dior. You might get yourself a Tesla. It's respectable. Get yourself a brand new car and look for a better future. Like that. You got 300,000. It's time to find for a better future because with that, you take $1,000 rent or maybe a $2,000 rent and you start looking for answers you start looking for answers around you. Me, I don't have the luxury to do all those things, because I could either play it low, go to Indonesia and stay there for 10 years, maybe even die in Indo and not even touch, not don't touch, not even touch a tenth of 300,000, a tenth. You know what a tenth is, right? For the mathematicians, not even touch a tenth and go to Indonesia. Just hang out there, fuck around with the monkeys, fight a couple waves, enjoy the nightlife and the free food and the beer and do all this type of shit. But people are not sharp up here. They want to be rich. They're good with the begging. They're good with the begging, with the stealing, with the using their body, because some of them definitely use their body for that kind of money, where they're using their body for the begging, for the gunplay, and these type of examples that lead them to a 6-digit fine, to end up with 6 digits of crypto, which is not everyone. Not everyone is going to end up with six digits of crypto like that. And in the short time span that they should have made a decision, 250,000. Okay, let's go. I'm done. They didn't. You understand what I'm saying? They did not. They did not take the decision because they're poor and they were not sharp enough to pull the trigger. Me, you know how much crypto I have? I have $2,400 of crypto right now. 2,400. Nothing else. Nothing else. And losing my computer, the old one, having to buy a new one cost me 2,000. So I was at 30,000 originally with the crypto, with crypto at the peak in my money. But I'm short real money. I'm short 2,000 from where I am, which would put me 26, 27, maybe 27, 27 reaching 28. 20, 28 with $700 around there. So, but with crypto, the 30,000 was there. And I wasn't thinking about taking that out because I would lose the 30,000. I wouldn't, I had no interest in such a small marginal amount in looking to pull that out of there. Shit, $2,000. Who the fuck cares? But people who had life changing money, 125,000, 300, 200,000, 250,000, 320,000, maybe even 360,000, maybe even 400,000, did not do what they were supposed to do when they were supposed to do it. They did not do when they were supposed to do it, and for that they get. If I could pull out my penis and slap them with them too, I probably would. So they would get the right, the left, and the dick slap. Like if I had a motherfucking ginormous black dong like that, like an elephant, hit them with that motherfucker too. But they stupid. They stupid. They missed out. They missed out on having money to do things, to be special, to be self sufficient. And now they're back at doubt. They're back at depression. They're back at sucking dick for that money. They're back at, they're back at trying to steal my money, trying to make me poor because you don't have money anymore. Because they start predating, they start being predators of their respective environments once they lose 6 digits. They really do. They get feral. They start gunplay. They start the robbery. They start looking to take advantage of other people. They start taking advantage of their parents until there's nothing left for them, until they're out of retirement money. Because up here, they were not smart. The smart would have seen 125,000 and say, "I'm done." Put that shit in the bank like that, and I would have felt like a kingpin with 125,000. Right now, right now with an extra 100,000 to my real account like a kingpin. Why the fuck do I need to work? Why would I work? Do this right now. Get up every day and go to a library to make 20,000 if I have 100,000. You understand what I'm saying? But people did that. People did that. They could have pulled out 300,000 and put it in a fucking 4% bond for 2 years. Just 2 years, 2% bond, and make a ginormous fucking amount of money with it. And by the time they get to 2 million, which they are young people, they're not old, the money replenishes itself. Once you get at the current interest rate of bonds, right? If you have $2 million sitting around cold, and the current rate of bonds, which bond yields have not gone down, you're basically replenishing money. You have, I'll give you, let's say you got 2 million, right? I already did this, so I remember clearly what you need to do. If you have 2 million, I give you 250,000 to do whatever the fuck you want, right? Waiting for the 2 year yields. If you in 2 years did not spend the full 250 because you're smart and you're not a retard, I'll give you back in 2 years $233 new $1,000, $233,000 again. So now you got four. Now you put that into the balance, and you get two more. You get two more. You know, you get same amount of money in in 2 year bonds. The same thing. And then the second time around, now it's 260. Now you're making more money than you had already. You know, you're basically replenishing every 2 years, 250,000 until you die. You see that every 2 years you had 250,000 fucking dollars. But people are retarded. They rather kill someone for a couple petty dollars. They do all these things to make me poor. For example, make me poor because of what? Because you want it. You want me to be poor, right? You don't want me to have a computer. You don't want me to have a beautiful girlfriend or a life, because you think you could a puppeteer like the Godfather puppets and Sicilian puppets, people around you. And this is what they do. They're real dumb. They don't understand things that we know and the decisions that they could have took to have infinite reserves of cash. To have so much cash, they don't need they wouldn't need 250, you know, in 2 years. They would need a quarter of that and still be satisfied to the point that what the fuck am I gonna buy? What other wine am I going to drink? What am I, you know, how many more beers am I going to drink? What else am I gonna buy in this house? And it ends up generational wealth. You start getting the gears every 4 years, and you start thinking, nah, not 2 years. Let's do 15. Let's do a trust fund. Put this to my son. My son now is going to have 250,000 every 2 years, and tell the trustee, assign the trustee to do the same thing until he's 21. And by the time that money, when he's 21, it's fucking infinite liquidity. They got whatever they're not gonna, it's not the 90s. They're not gonna put it all on a building, on $1 billion building. Kids are not gonna do that. They're gonna have a card, a credit card to swipe up and down and get on a helicopter ride and fly it, and live that life. But people miss out on that. People miss out 'cause up here, in here, look, in here. You see that? In here, inside this brain, there's something called inside this skull, there's something called a brain. And when people don't have that, but they're good with money, they're good taking other people's money or begging it. You know, they go with either with the pistol, with the smile, like, yeah, I'm poor. They got a cute story. I'm poor. Oh, the hurricane took all our crops. Oh, I need money. I need money. I need money. They will get on their knees and go like that, and maybe take dick in their mouth. You know, do all this shit for cash. They end up not making the right decision. They just don't know how to. They don't know how to do it. Then once they're back at square one, or like today, they sacrificed a lot of money already. The market went down considerably. Considerably. Blah blah. My tongue is all tongue twisted. They start looking for options. You are their target now, and you don't know them. You knew them when they were young, but now they want to hunt you down because you have more money than them, or you're better with money than them. And I don't have enough money, but they would rather people that had that kind of money, that lost that kind of money, would predate you to try to break this computer, to try to steal your phone, to try to cut the brake lines in your car. You know, to try to steal your car, replace it, to have sex with your current girlfriend just to get off, because they can't live without having to stick their own penis in something you already stuck your penis in. You understand what I'm saying? So let's get to business. Let's open Thinkorswim and see where we are today in the stock market, in the possibility that we might see a cosmic signal, a bull signal on SPY. Hopefully a ginormous one. You know, I want to see a life changing. I want to get a call for next year, not for next year, but next year, a full year, all of 27, basically January 27, not January 26, which is next year, January 27, and see if I could hold it long enough without closing it to reach max highs. To reach max highs. too simple to reach max high. That's basically the goal that I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about closing the 510 call for December 31st of this year and getting not one for January of next year, but January of the 27th. Get 1,000 calls for January of the 27th, 1 year ahead, because that's how big the signal is. That's how big it is. It's fucking ginormous. It's not, you're not going to get another chance. Hit, look at that. It's kind of, it's down. It's down. It's 490, 492. Where's 492? It is right here. So we are at the third extension or at the third fib. You see where we are now, right? So this is where we are. Let me give you, hold on. Let me give you a let me start to start, to keep good track of these videos, because you guys are my partners in crime. We're gonna get, with me you make a billion. With other people you don't make shit. Jim Cramer suck my dick. Those people are going to mislead you into this bullshit. With me, you fuck around with ETFs, you make yourself rich. Okay, so we got here, right? This is the current trend on SPY. This is what I call the galactic signal. What I'm looking for here is the galactic signal. So in reality, what I'm looking is for the market to pull back to 453 or close to 453, maybe 460, maybe 470. And that's all in. All in. That's to put 1,000 calls next year. And we're at 492 today. We went down $10 lower. So we are at this first fib extension. You could say third from here, but we are at the third, at the first, fib of the regression. We are right here on this line, right on the arrow that I marked yesterday. We are right there. We are basically on this blue arrow that I marked yesterday. Matter of fact, that's how good in predicting this shit I am. I just need to move it to where it is. Where is it? 92, right? 92.3. We are right there where that arrow is. If you guys seen this motherfucking stream, I should be on CNNBC, on Money MSNBC. I just pick me, put me on television. Watch my haters want to kill themselves. People that don't like me want to kill themselves. And I'm a Wall Street Bet member. I'm a real famous Wall Street Bets member. I'm not as famous as Roaring Kitty and GME, but I'm definitely a little different with the way I make money. So this is what I call anything on this zone. Everyone knows how I trade. This is a galactic signal. Why? Because it's a day. It's a day candle. These are not minute candles. It's a day candle. So anything in this shaded area right here, hold on, let me change the color. Anything here, it's a galactic. Let me change the color to the dark fucking green. Anything out here, a nice dark green right there. Anyone in anything out there is galactic. Why do I say galactic? Because it's a day. It's 500 days. It's outside regression. It's very big. It's not small. We were due for a pullback by last year. September of last year, we had already started. Around September, October last year, we were outside regression. If I would have seen this, right, at October, I would have told you it's time to short. The market's overextended. It's overbought. It's time for a pullback. But instead, we wrote it all out. We pressured ourselves the fuck out all these days, and now we're out here. We're out here, and basically, even here would have been a fucking ginormous sell signal, a galactic, a cosmic sell signal. It'd be on foundation, a Thanos stamp of a finger out here. You would have sold short out here, you would have made $1 billion where we are right now. And you would have seen it the way I trade. You would have seen it, because I would have told you, bro. When it's if I would have seen what I checked on yesterday here, not yesterday, no, not yesterday, the day before yesterday. If I would have checked, no, not Yesterday. But what would if I would have checked what I saw here when we made all-time highs, right? February, before the election. The election was around here. In the election, this is January 20th. If here, I would have done this setup and I would have seen this. I would have said, it's a ginormous fucking sell signal. I would have been screaming, sell! Kramer slamming on the motherfucking the bearish button. Sell everything now because we got to pull back intensively. And the sell off happened. It will always happen because I'm right. But we are here at the green arrow. So what does that mean? That once we are out here, maybe 580, maybe 570, maybe 560, you take a ginormous long trade of 365 days. You take a call that's 365 days long. Not now, because we're still in the band. But if we do make it tomorrow to 580, 54, how do you say, a 480, 480, 470, even 460, you take the 365 call, you assume losses. So you have to have more than enough to cover for the margin call that's going to come as you hold them, because you got to hold them. You got to wait for the market to swing around, to do this. I mean, let me see if I could do a curve out here. How do I do a curve? Hold on. Can I do curves here? There's a trend. You need if we go down here, you need time. See that? I don't know if you can see my line. You need time to do what the market needs to do to return to sender. And once it's returning to sender, you're gonna make a lot of fucking money for a full fucking year. It's basically the same thing as into being in. Hold on. It's the same thing. Hey, hold on. It's the same thing as if you are in 408 on September 23, the big bull run. Remember September 23, the Biden, the end of year, the end of Biden's last year, September. So right here, you see, it's the same thing as if you were going from up here to a new high, and this is the next leg. It's what I told investors, that I say the next leg. You can't buy stocks in this bullshit. If you're gonna buy stocks in this bullshit, or you're gonna DCA shares in these tiny tips, these tiny dips in the market, I mean, you're gonna be all right, but you might run up into the big short. You might run up into the big motherfucking pullback. And once we reach 480, 470, 465, if we don't bounce back today at the 492 fib on the regression, you're gonna make a lot of money. It's guaranteed money, unless this is a bubble and the stock market's about to die forever. And forget about tech yields, forget about all tech ETFs, forget about everything that's driving the market cap, all that bullshit. Forget about everything. If this falls from here and this is the end, and we're not seeing 613, which is unlikely, forget about trading altogether for the next year. But if not, and we see a pullback either today at the 92nd, which is not a good signal, which would equal the same bullshit as a 530 here. That's 530, right? Where is it? Yeah, 496. The same bullshit as mid trend. It's not really too extreme. You can still have a pullback. You will still get margin calls. When you buy shares on my green circle here, you're not going to get a margin call. You are going to make 365 fucking days of fucking tip of the spear shit. And we gotta wait till it happens. That's basically all that has to be said. The market is 492. The regression is at, hold on, where is that? I can't see it. At 483. We gotta wait till we're 470. Buy shares once you're in the blue. Buy them, and account for margin loss and hold for the full year. And that's it. That's the winning trade. And I'm not gonna buy anything yet because it's not in the point. If we rebound here tomorrow, then could be a possibility that it would be a good idea to buy. to buy shares. But if we don't rebound and we free fall, even today, it's 491 into the 480, 479, like that. 475 or some shit like that today from 491. I haven't even checked VIX. If we drop outside this regression, start preparing a long trade with a possibility of margin call as the stock curves out, you know, as the stock market bottoms out and then goes higher. That's it. And you bought the dip. You bought the big dip. You bought it. There's not going to be any losing on this one until the next full market sell off, or until the next time you until the next time the market decides to be oversold. That at this point I'm gonna scream it. I'm gonna tell you, sell this shit, because this shit is going to crash, or due diligence. The market's overbought, so and so forth. So if today we're here, if you buy here, you sell outside this motherfucker. Hopefully 365 days later. So if we're here, right? We're April, you sell here. January you see that 27, you sell out here. This is basically your target. Your target is higher than before, in the 658 level or some shit like that, 660, before the trend is already, before the trend goes away, and before the market becomes overbought again, which is for next year. This December the 27th, it's right here. This would be the target. Let me put it right there. Just to show you guys where the target is. This is trade target. Trade take profit target, 27 January. How do you call it? 2027 January. That's the champion move. It's only champion plays here. I'm not going to give you some bullshit. This is where you take that. You can see it from there. Hold on. Let me make that text bigger there. So you see that there, right? This would be your target. Increase that, make it white so that it's visible. Increase the font, make it bold. That's your take profit right there. Let me put a circle on it. This is where you need to sell. And if it happens earlier, good for you. Right here. This would be the target sell. That's the trade profit. See that? That's a macro. That's a full fucking year of money you're going to make and throw away. If this is not broken, and it's very unlikely to break. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to break. This is it's at the cusp of of buying to go big time. At the cusp of buying to go big time. And what you need, what most people need to account for as they look at this, is to the margin call here. The margin call, this out here. How low can it go once you bought? That's all you need to be worried about on this trade. How long will it continue going down after you bought, before the stock market bottoms out? We're heading to 490 soon. How long will it take to find bottom? How much money are you going to lose based on how much you gamble or invest in the market as it bottoms out? And if you have enough money to cover for those losses. And after that, mira, a thunder move from down here. Let me put the pitchfork. Let me pull out the pitchfork. I like that. I like that. We go from, I don't know, maybe this fib. Maybe the market goes down to this fib, and we go that way. See that? That's where we're going on track. Hold on. Let me do it on the arrow. Hold on. Let me do it from the arrow. A little bit under the fib. A little bit under the fib and straight on the arrow. Maybe let's use this line like that. That's basically the cosmic bull signal. Cosmic. It's not going to happen You're going to be 50. I'm 40 years old already. Next time this happens, I'm going to be old as a motherfucker and getting older and older and older and older. And I can't help you forever make your own financial decisions, but I'll give them to you. I'll give you choices. Either you take the red pill or you take the blue pill and you continue living your shitty life, or you really, really, really want to start making real money. You really want to start making real money, baby. Really money. Right there. That's it. That's all you got for today, baby. That's all you got. It might bounce back. It's looking bullish today. It might expand from the first fib and not do the galactic signal just to piss people off. Because they know what we're gonna do. They know we're priming the stock market. This is being primed. It's like a cock and a gun. It's like a magnum bullet. If these people keep short selling and they really want to short this motherfucker, they're gonna short, if they really want to short this motherfucker down here and shit, it's already going up. 97, 97. They're pumping it now. Let me see VIX. Let's see VIX now. Now that we get the explanation of the cosmic signal, let's see the VIX. Let's see the VIX. It's about to hit 50 today. Crisis level. See, the VIX is still at 50, although it's really high MACD. It's bullish right now. The signal is bullish in terms of. Let me see what we got here. What we got. What's in here? What's happening? That's a pretty big wick on SPY. See the wick? A doji there. I can't see it. That's a doji right there. Pre-market. There's lots of buyers. See, they're all buying the stock market. And what we need is 476. You see the number? You see the number for the galactic signal? Remember the number we were talking about? For us to buy what we need to buy, we need to go deep into this demand zone. We need to go here, in here, show these motherfuckers that we really want to cock the gun, that we are going to cock this motherfucker and we're going to blast them in their face. They want to sell it. They want to fuck with America. We need to go in here. This is the take trade zone. So you see it. This is where you need to take this trade. So 476. Let me make a band. Let me just make a square from it, from infinity. 80, 70. Right there. Let me make the band white. If it's in that shaded area, you better be fucking buying. Let me make it white. If you're in the white, 27. If you're in those bands, if you're in there, you gotta buy. It's time to buy. Take the loss to the face. All right, VIX is cooling down. It went from 49 to 47. That's pretty good. Investors are real confident that they're going to be bullish today with that 49 there. Why? Because they know about this. They know about the Galacticus. Remember, it's me. I have that people influence. Like they're listening to my shit. They don't want you to make lots of money. They want to make money first. They want to pivot it now. They want to buy now. They don't want to let you take the trade. You don't deserve to take the trade. You don't deserve that kind of money. You don't deserve this. That's basically the logic of people that are against you in the stock market. It's either institutional or retail, and both are against you. But if you listen to me and you take trade at 480, you wipe your hands like Pontius Pilate before crucifying Christ and wait 365 days. Just wait 360. 365. I'm gonna get 1,365 calls, and I'm gonna make a limit order. I'm gonna make the limit. Anything below 480 should be good enough. 480, take the L and go. Because if you look at 480 on the charts, 480 is outside regression today. So all that white right there, all that white right there is your trade. It's your trade, and your take profit is next year. Not the 26th, but the entire fucking year of profits. The whole thing. And I'm gonna do BlackRock down here too. I got two things I want to buy, and it's gonna be lots of money. I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. I got $1 billion here, and I'm gonna do something real specific, and I hope it happens. We need to see 480 today. We need to pressure that demand. We need to force these people that are buying. Oh shit, the market's still going down. Sell. Oh shit, buy. It's going down. Sell. Because they're testing. They're taking losses or taking scalping gains as the market, as the market takes steps down. But the goal is catching it outside and sitting on it. Just like I'm in. I'm in play. I'm in play, baby. I'm in play. That's basically how it works. Once you take the trade, you're in market. If you buy on this white band today through this week, basically the next day candles, and any one of them touches this white zone, 480, 470, you buy and you sit on that motherfucker and you watch, because you're going to have to put more money in it. So don't buy too much, but you should buy as much as you can, thinking about how much you could lose if it were to dip lower than 470. And what you're looking for is holding till next year. And that's it. Once we are on overbought conditions, you could sell at this red line. You could get rid of your shares at the red line, and you were first in line. You were the first guys to make profit. Shit, you can even close it at the last fib before coming out, and you're still gonna make lots of money. But if you sell at the next at a higher high than the 100 mark, than the 100 fib out here at the 100 fib extension, if you are higher than, if you close your shit at higher than 613, you are a champion. And I make champions here. I don't mess around. So let's get going with this. We got to change the trade on the. We got to change the trade out here, or the trade format. That's basically how it looks like. If it's in the white, you buy, and that's it. Nothing else. And we're here. We're real close to that motherfucker. And demand and supply is right there. And MACD is dying. VIX definitely cooled off a little bit, but I need VIX to be 50. I need crisis level today. I need crisis. Anything above 50 is a crisis. So I need a crisis today, and we could get on with our bullshit. Let's see what's on the menu. Let's look at financial juice real quick. Let's look at financial juice and see what we got. S&P futures strength. We don't want them to strengthen. We don't want this shit to strengthen. We want it to go down because we're going to make more money than them. Closed board meeting on the Fed, April 7th, today at 10:30. If they cut motherfucking rates, inflation is not going to be under control. What do we got? 5 in the morning. The Fed and Japan phone call. White House, Navarro speaks on CNBC. 11:30 Fed closed board. Bills. Trump and Israel. And consumer credit at 3 o'clock, which is going to be red. You know for a fact, consumer credit at 3 o'clock, that shit going to be red. That's it. That's all we got for today. That is all we need. We need this to go down now, baby. Today. All right, we already did our exploration. I don't want to sit on these, I don't want to take my year-long trade too late. I don't want to take it in the 490 500 mark, because then it would not be the good signal. So I gotta do 480, and I think I should do the limit on it now, just to get away with it, and put the money aside to them. So let's go here so that I put him. Okay, we're going for 365. That's December 31st. No, that's not good. June 26th, 436 days. And we're gonna get him in the money too, because we're rich like that. 480. 480 calls. 480 cent the green. And we're gonna buy a fucking million of them. A million of these motherfuckers. Let's buy 1,000 of them. We're not gonna be too greedy. 1,000. Not auto cent. Let's do market. It's $7 million. I'm making a $7 million trade on futures for God knows how much money over there. 7 million is nothing to what I got here. I will still have 1,300,000,000. Let's eat it. That's 1,000. Let's unload it at symbol SPY. Mark is at below 480. I mean, yeah, 480. Hopefully today we hit 480. Yep. It's less or equal to 480. SPY. Time and force. Good till close. Just in case it happens other than my time. And there we got it. We're going to send that motherfucker. Those thousands are waiting. Now we're going to do BlackRock. Let's see where BlackRock is. Hold on. Let me chat GPT and look for the. Let me look for the amount of shares I need to buy for BlackRock. Monthly dividend, the last one. Oh, Claude has it. Where is it? All right. This is the amount of shares we're getting today. 334,000 at 480. All right, now we're looking for BGT, but we're just buying shares on BGT. So we do BGT, 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 which is BlackRock, and we do this amount. 34. Right there, that's the full amount. These are the amount of shares I want for BlackRock, because they would simulate. This is a $3 million trade on BlackRock. This makes $40,000 a month. And again, the same thing, good till close. Mark, BGT, mark, under. Hold on, I haven't checked BGT. I have not checked BGT. Let's see where it is. Or I could probably do it the other way. Hold on, give me a second. I could probably do BGT through SPY. Let's see if that works. It's right there by BGT. When the selected security, when SPY, all right, at below 480, and that's it. When this shit is at 480, blast off. That's it. Wait until fully conditions are satisfied. Mark price of the security is less than 480. Good till execution. And that's it. Those are cosmic signals in this motherfucker. Send. We have a ginormous fucking amount of trades now. Ginormous ones. And we got to focus on the day. We can't be looking a year ahead. We're thinking about today. So for today, it's probably going to be a put. You know it's going to be a put. Look at that. The MACD is 35 and a motherfucker. VIX is at 49 again. I think we are going to hit. We're hitting 480 today, boys. We are going to do it. And that's what we need. That's it. We're done for the year. 40,000 a month on dividends and a full call outside in a galactic the Milky Way, a trade made outside resting I don't know, 7.8 ohm or light years from everyone else. That's it. Leave it there. And if it's a bubble, the economy is fucked, right? If it continues going down past 460, if it defeats the 23rd extension from where we are, let's go back here. If it goes below the 23% extension, if it goes under here, which is 452 SPY, it might touch it. And I think I got enough margin to cover for that. You know, I got enough money to cover for the loss. Obviously, I got $1 billion here. But for most people that are making a trade here, would be catastrophic. You know, for most people that are trying to buy their money and be safe with it and be at the bottom when it curves out, it'd be catastrophic. But it's the time to buy today. And I already set my marks at the 38%, 23% fib extension. That's it. Fuck you all. And I'm trading every day. You know, I'm gonna get my. Let's wait till 9:30. 50%. Yeah. Let's wait till 9:30 to get calls. Let me put it here. I'm getting five puts today. It's 5. Let's not get too spicy with it. And they're gonna be expensive as fuck. I know they're gonna be expensive as fuck. Let's go up. We're at 90. We're not 90 in the money. We're about to hit 89 soon. Let's get 92 puts. Move this to green. And pray that we see 480, because I'm going to have to do it manually. If we hit outside, but it's not 480, and I see that we're outside by 10-15, it's manual. I'm not going to waste time. As long as we're outside regression, you take the margin call to the face, because what you want is bullish. It's a bullish signal to the universe. Now let's buy 10. I'm buying 492 puts. Let's delete. Let's update the chart on the stream real quick. So we got here we go. Not 31st December. Hold on. 480C. Right here. Let's eat this. 480C. Let me check the day. I forgot. I didn't check. I didn't even check the day. I just chose the first one that's out the money. Let me check the date here real quick. Let's go here. It's Stop it. Stop it. Wait, I think I got the right one. I gotta cancel that one. It's not that one. I saw June. I did June. June of this year. Nah, it's not June of this year. Fuck that. Thank you. It's this one. 15 January. January. Let me write it down. 15 January 27. 15 January 2027. All right. Now we got the number. Do I have it here? BGT shares. We could close that. So these are old trades. And this one. And we are trading 592p 0 DTE. Let me do 400S shares slash BGT to keep short. And 39p, that's it. That's basically the 480 call January 25th. I'm like a congressman out here. All right, this one doing 480. January 15, 27. It's this one. Move to green. Move it to 1,000. Right there. By market. It's 8 million. It's not that bad for $1 billion. Putting 8 million aside, pretty solid. Only the solids. I only trade solid. I don't trade shit. 480. $480 call at 480. Good till close. 1,000 good till close. 480 call January 27. 15. 1,000 calls. Because you know we're making billions on that. Billions on that. And I didn't buy too many because I could have bought a lot more. That was 8 million. That's to $1 billion. That's a slap on the wrist. That's like $80,000 to $1 billion. 8 million, psh, nothing. There we go. 8 million to it, to the money, and we're in. We're in there. Very nice, very nice. Now we forget about that. Now we do a 492p, which is hopefully 492p in terms of puts. Pretty volatile. There's lots of MACD. There's lots of activity in the stock market. Green, we put a 10 here, and we wait. So yeah, like I was saying, these people don't want you to do this. They want you to lose. They don't want to be stepped on. They don't want anyone to be ahead of the pack. They want to pivot today. What do they want to pivot today? Because people are thinking about making big trades. Thanks to me and other people that see what I'm seeing. They want to pivot today in the regression, near the mean of the distribution. And I want to pivot outside the distribution because I know there's only one way to go. If we pivot today, there's still uncertainty. I see uncertainty. If we turn around today from where we are now and we go towards the mean of 530, there's still market uncertainty. It's still a bubble. But if we go outside regression, the leg is established. The leg is in. The leg is in. That's the lowest point you're gonna get for a full freaking year. And they want to stop that from happening because they don't want you to know that you're certain. They want to give you uncertainty. That's how these people think. Between retail and institutional investors, they want to make sure that you don't know what you're doing, that you feel that you got doubts in your trade. Remember, there are people that will mislead you on a call. You'll be like, yeah, hold to 560. I see 560, 560. And you never see 560. And they close their trade on your face and you're just exit liquidity. They're criminal. They're real evil. They like to use people around you. And to them, losing $600, you losing 600 in one day is laughable. You understand what I'm saying? These people are criminal. So when they know what you know, or when they know how to trade, they want to pivot now to create overall, doubt in the stock market. But I want to see VIX at 49 and 50. I want to see crisis level today. I want to see a crisis level event today, which is really unlikely given all the demand that's underneath SPY. I'm going to have to bite my tongue, although demand disappeared. Demand has gone out the window. You see that? Demand left out the building. And the sell signal is a little bit on the weekend. Why do I say the sell signals on the weekend? Because it's getting thin. There might be a bull signal here, but it could be denied. When you see when you see the sell signal being so thin and trend confirmation is weak as fuck. This is weak as fuck. We've been outside the trend. Uh, uh, we've been outside the trend since. Yeah, we've been testing outside the trend since early morning, since 3 in the morning. So we've been playing with fire here. It might pivot. We might pivot. But what we need is this zone right here. Once we're in here, we're good. And hopefully there's enough selling here. There's still more to go so that we drive into this area down here. We follow this trend line, even afternoon and shit, and we touch this 480 and it's over. And look at the high. The high is at 479. So if we make a new, the low. If we make a new low, it's happening. I'm getting in this trade. And if not, I'm going to have doubts. I'm going to have doubts on the trade because they just want to give you uncertainty. They want to make it seem that we're good, make a ginormous bull trap. You buy now, this is the bottom. We're going to make lots of money. And then they hit you with a 2-ton cock. They hit you with a 2-ton cock. Hold on. Let me check for my peoples now. Discord. Let me say good morning to Sarah. Sarah. Good morning, Sarah. Market meltdown. It might pivot today, bullish today, but Tuesday might not last long. Good morning, losers. I'm going to share my trades. BGT shares. 1,000. 480 SPY calls for 1527. 492P Zero DTE. About to be bullish. There's weak trend confidence on the downtrend. It might ramp up today. Demand just left though. So there's no buyers anymore other than at 495. But we will break that shit with VIX at 49. Don't be a pussy. Buy F480. Watch for margin and hold till Valhalla. What they want to do, you basically between institutional and retail, all they want to do to you is give you market uncertainty. If we pivot early, it's a bull trap to take your money. If we make it to 480, it's the certainty that they hate, that we got, that they don't. Because they don't want you to have better trades than them. So they rather thinking three 3D chess, pivot early so that I don't get my 480 and below, which is the low of the day. 479. If we make a new low today, the cosmic year in trading begins. For a month in Divis, 1,000 calls active, printing, and daily trades, plus weekly and other stuff. Be careful. Don't pivot. Sell. Sell and use your cock as a hammer when getting on these trades. Long term call trades. Baby, baby, baby. Ah. So we got 15 minutes, less than 30, to see where this is going to go. It's likely bullish. It's looking bullish based on the, you know, weak weak trust on the signal between the cloud. It's too tight to the signal. We're seconds before going above and sending a bull signal either at 9:30 or at 10 o'clock. But it has to go away. It's gonna go away. It has to. It's not gonna stay there. You think that's just gonna stay there? Nah. It's gonna go down. Why? Because of VIX. VIX is just not gonna cool off and shit in one day. You know, you're not going to go from crisis level to nothing the next day. It's going to continue going. How low is the question. This is where people start. This is where institutional is starting to think about putting all these people's money safe. You know, they're thinking about all this money, these blocks of these trades, and marking them up and making them to print money where they are right now. And we did what we had to do. We did what we had to do. I gotta charge everything today. Everything and its mother has to be charged today. iPod, cell phone, iPad, everything. Everything that has a battery has to be charged because I got no outlets. I got no outlets. So what I want to happen is for this demand to go away. I need this. See how it goes away. They're afraid. They buy. They go in. That 490 key level is key for breaking, and we need to hit the low. This is the low down here. This yellow line is where all my trades go in. Once we enter this motherfucker, once we push on this resistance down here, it's over. But if you see here where my hand is, this orange cloud, right? You see this orange cloud? This is weak trend confirmation. We are above it. So here we might get a bull signal right here at 9:30. A bull signal, and then hopefully this supply helps to bring the sell signal down and it goes away. And it's likely either at the 9:30, 10 o'clock block or at the 10:30, I mean 10 o'clock, 10:30 block. We're gonna get a sell signal, and hopefully this supply is strong enough to push this down. That's all I need. I need sellers to continue selling so we can start looking good, so we start looking for my good till close trades, which are on this white shaded area. And after that, I need to forget about making I could forget about making money for the rest of my life or until next year, because that's it. There's nothing else that could happen here, you know. There's nothing else that could happen here but more money, you know, more money, a lot of money. So we need the 490 key level to be destroyed at open, but I mean destroy, like man, and right through. And we're 92. We are right here. We need this area right here, that green area right there to go and break, because what they are going to try to do is mislead you. Oh, it's pumping. Yeah, it's the bottom. Yeah, yeah, and then turn around and take all your money. Turn around and profiteer off your portfolio death. But I'm not going to give them a chance, baby. I'm not going to give them a chance. So yeah, like I was saying, inbox dollars is not paying. It's not paying. I am waiting for payment for the last 3 days. Oh, just say K. Thank you very much for the follow yesterday. I saw that, but I was already out of stream. Yeah, that's me. That's me. They have not paid, bro. That's what they get. That's what they get. Institutional has to suck penises for doing that to people, and they're gonna do it. You bet they're gonna try to pivot today. They're gonna try to mislead people. Yeah, it's positive. Woohoo, woohoo! We're going up, and then all the way down, all the way freaking down. Which one? Which one has the 6-digit code? This one. I think it's this one. There we go. We got. I logged into this because if not, then we're gonna close it. And it's time to watch the market. 20 minutes. 20 minutes. 20 minutes. People have to pay me have not paid, bro. They get me tight, real tight. It's lots of money. It's $30, $30, $40. Real tight. Really, really, really tight. Nothing there? What else in there? No, that's it. Basically, got the men in black around me. I've seen the men in black a little bit too often already. Fucking ghost motherfuckers. Obviously, I'm Benjamin money, so definitely lots of ghosts. Lots of ghosts and lots of real, wicked things. We want to be around you at certain times. They want to make that money too. So you got lots of spirits. When you make lots of money like that, you get haunted quickly. So yeah, let's wait. Trend confirmation. We need 590. They will try. Let's crank up the music. I want to hear that today. Let's keep these websites on lock. Let's put this so we can hear it, so that the viewers can hear the dumping. The dumping. Pause it, crank the volume. Crank the volume 9 minutes to see all of this shit the bed. Has to shit the bed. It has to. We need to make this money. Basically, between retail and institutional, they don't want you to have an edge over them. They want to make the move first. You understand? Yep. They know what you are planning to trade. It's mind control. You have to you have to think in a fashion that you are ready to take margin call but have a foothold on an area that they will not buy. Because if it were for them, they would keep the market in the regression. Yeah, at a loss. If they buy now, they are buying at a loss. I buy on absolutes. Absolute. It's a mathematical term. Absolute. Institutionals institutionals want you to have doubt on your trade. Hopefully, I see today a bull signal on at either 9:30, 10 or 10 10:30, but sell pressure tumbles, ends up winning. So it might be bullish today temporarily if we don't just flush to 480 and break the 490 wall, which would be 483. Yeah, exactly. The trap. The same strategy. Syncos got trapped last week. The same thing. Short term bull, long term short. I buy this week. I buy today, if possible, though, in the 80s. It's Too easy. What they are trying to do to you is generate doubt, insecurity on your trade. Once you find absolutes, you hold, take damage. If it comes, then win. And they hate when you win. Trust me. They fucking hate when you win. They hate when you complain, and they hate when you win because you are just exit liquidity to people that have billions. Billions. They use you, entice you to hold a trade longer. So they let go at their mark and you flush down taking losses. That's how they operate. You cannot buy today. If you're long today, you're you're just fueling people to lose. If you let it drop to under 480, 470, 465, you are shitting on retail and institutionals. Shitting like a turd. So wait, sell, do puts, wait, wait, buy long term, year out, and print. Because right now they are scheming on how to stop it from hitting 480 so that you don't take a trade. And this is on top on $300,000 losses on Bitcoin since the drop, sucking dick, and their bosses telling them that they need more money to pay them their crimes, their weak, poor mentality, because they are not smart, just trying to outsmart someone that's really, really smart. So, so Signal will be bull shortly. Might be big too. MACD moving hard today. And if I miss the mark, fuck it. It's both trades are good till close. 5 minutes. That's enough for you, baby. Yeah, that's enough. Let's close this. That's good for you, baby. 44%. That's what happens. They get stupid, real dumb. Oh, big money, big money, big money, big money, and they don't have the smarts to walk the fuck out. It's like people who lost at poker can't take a loss, you know, and they start scheming on you. Let's say you play a poker game, right, with a motherfucker that can't take an L, Hispanic motherfucker. You beat the piss out of him at poker. You flush it, you flush this shit, you play triples, you destroy them. They wait for you outside. By the time you come outside, your tire's been slashed. See what I mean? They can't take L's. There's lots of people out there that can't take L's, especially in this shit, in Bitcoin and all this shit. They just criminal. Big criminal, not normal, big criminal. Big criminal. Drugs and all this shit. And they can't hang. They can't hang with the party. They can't be us. They wish there were us. They wish there were people like me who puts money in the, you know? Yeah, buddy. Baby, you are my love, my butterfly, my honey. 28. Let's see. It's time to turn on the tickies. Wolf, it's big shell, big sell on on Bookmap, big sell, baby. Oh, oh yeah, that's the music. That's the music. I need VIX to hit 50.
Iceberg ES buy.
Go, go, motherfucker.
Iceberg ES buy. Stop ES sell. Iceberg ES sell.
No bullish. There's no bull there. Let's go. Don't hold it. RSI strong sell. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. No resistance to this motherfucker. We going down.
Iceberg ES buy.
50, 50. Crisis level. That's exactly what I was talking about. Let's go, motherfucker. Let's do it. Oh, I
Iceberg NQ sell.
forgot to get my put. Hold on. My put. Take a put.
Iceberg ES buy.
Take a put, baby. I forgot to get that. Go, baby, go. Go, ninja. Go, ninja. Go. Go, ninja. Go, ninja. Go. Go, ninja. Go, ninja. Go. Go, 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 ninja. Go, ninja. 50, 24, 51 VIX. Go, ninja. Go, ninja. Go. Go, ninja. Go. Go, ninja. Go, ninja. Go. Go, go, go.
Iceberg ES buy.
Do it. Flush it down. All the way down. I need to see a ginormous God candle out there. Right there. That's what I'm talking about. All the way down, motherfuckers.
Iceberg NQ sell.
Give me 479 so that this goes away, so that my doubts go away. Go. Go. We're starting to get good trend confirmation. We're starting to get real good trust on the trend right now. It's kind of separating. So we're getting trust on the signal as this goes lower. It's a really good one. It peaked though. Acceleration peaked. It's a tiny candle. I need a big red one right now. It's time to go. I'll be heading out of here in 5. So hopefully by the time I make it, by the time it's 10:15, I've made a positive decision on my future, at least the future of this paper account. Go ninja, go ninja, go, go ninja, go ninja, go, go ninja, go ninja, go, 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 go ninja, go ninja. Let's check PayPal.
Iceberg ES buy.
And my heart will go on. This way. Wait, we're clicking up. That's not good. What are you doing? What are you doing? Who's pumping? There better be no fucking bullish candle here. Go. Go. 51? Yeah, you're going to pump at 51? You guys are fucking retarded. Who's buying? Retarded. Who's buying at 581, at 586? Only institutionals would be this retarded. Whomever bought calls right here at 586.77, retarded. Straight retarded. There's no other way to explain their existing behavior. Demand at 486, you got an extra chromosome, sir. Stop it. Sell this shit.
Iceberg ES buy.
Every big time it started, what we don't want to do is to get a short circuit or a circuit breaker. If they do a circuit breaker today, my trade goes to shit. My trade goes to shit. We need 79 today. Today. If it holds here, I'm fucked on today's trade. How much money have the puts made already? Go.
Iceberg ES buy.
Go, go. No waiting, no waiting. How much money have my puts made? Hold on. Where's my puts at? Where's my puts? $15 since I bought them. Not much. So it's not moving yet. A vegetable. A vegetable.
Stop NQ sell.
I'm buying. You see, I usually get trades when it comes to regression outside the red line, but I only want an absolute, and it's the white band here. You see this candle? This candle got to touch this white band right there, and that's it. That's a confirmation that we're going out of there, and just hold and wait. It'll look red, but hold and wait. 85. 85, baby. 85. Let's go. Let's go. 79. We need 79. 579. 37. I gotta go. I gotta go. I can't be sitting here all day waiting for this to hit 79. Although it's close. It's close. Strong sell. I'll see you guys at 10:16 like always. Peace. Everybody's started. Oof.